New at 11, this Memorial Day weekend, people in Botetourt County are honoring veterans and those who died serving our country. We got back up with people headed to D.C. for the final Rolling Thunder as they made some special stops. 10 News reporter Shane Dwyer is in studio with us, and you were at that Flame of Freedom stop earlier today.
Yeah, Brittany, I know if you live somewhere along the 81 corridor or the 460 corridor, it's been hard to not see any of the bikes that have come through in the last 2 days. This is New Freedom Farm right here in Buchanan. Tonight, they hosted the Flame of Freedom ceremony. It's carried by a small group that are headed to D.C. for Rolling Thunder. Run for the Wall is also happening at the exact same time, but this is the last Rolling Thunder, and that makes today's stop in Botetourt even more special. The bikes rumbled through Buchanan Thursday night, but eyes weren't on the white wall tires or shiny chrome. They were locked onto the torch, making its way in.
The story of the flame is that it burns like the light at the top of a lighthouse or a porch light to say, it's always welcome, we're always there, we're going to bring you home.
That's Glenn and McKendry of Oxford, Mississippi. They brought the Flame of Freedom along on their ride to D.C. for Rolling Thunder. Louis Dawn Fritz of New Freedom Farm organized this warm Blue Ridge welcome for the Flame of Freedom ceremony.
Here in Buchanan at New Freedom Farm, we save one veteran one day at a time, and veterans come here with PTSD, invisible wounds, and this was just something to coordinate it all together.
The goals of New Freedom Farm and Rolling Thunder align, taking care of vets and remembering those that didn't come home. It had all the makings of summer fun, but this was about something completely different.
I want people to remember that Memorial Day is not a mattress sale. Memorial Day is to honor those who have fallen, and that this weekend we need to think about all the people that gave their lives for our country each and every day.
After more than 3 decades, this is Rolling Thunder's last year. The flame represents hope for those still missing, and these riders are happy for it to shine at a place like this.
We don't really want them to thank us because we want to shine that light on them for all that they've done. And this place has just, again, another offshoot to protecting the veterans.
The Rolling Thunder group is staying over in our area tonight. Tomorrow, they'll hit the road for the rest of their journey to Washington, D.C. Between the two groups, hundreds of thousands of bikers are expected to meet in our nation's capital. In the studio, Shane Dwyer, 10 News, working for you.